Hi guys, my name is Leila and today we are going to be working on our butterfly pose. We'll be going back to basics with this pose, really breaking it down step by step for those of you who are new and are really interested in getting the most benefit from this pose. So to start this pose, we will start from behind the fabric line and we want to take our feet into the fabric loop. So place the sole of the foot into the loop. Reach the hands up really high. And now the key here, if you're standing up into your fabric and you don't want to swing, you want to make sure you're right underneath your fabric line. And then you're really lifting that other foot off the ground slowly. So I'll take both of my feet into that fabric and then take the knees wide as you take the soles of the feet together, drawing the hips in towards your fabric posts. Good. Now from here, the most important thing is that we don't let go with our hands at all until we're fully locked in. So to lock ourselves in, our shoulders need to be on the front side of the fabric. So notice how I don't need to let go with my left hand. I'm just going to slide my left elbow in front. And then once that elbow is in front, I'm free to release that left hand. This shoulder is locked in. Again, right hand doesn't need to let go until that right shoulder is in front. Okay, so this is what we call our butterfly pose. Hands come into heart center, and we're really pressing our hips up against that fabric, and we're extending our knees wide. So you can take hands to heart here. A nice way to stretch through the spine is to take the hands onto the thighs and just kind of gently press here. Good, chest is forward. And then if you want to take this into an inversion, the way to do it, we have to grab that fabric pretty high. Now, quite often if you take the fabric too low, your hands will get completely stuck in the fabric. So to avoid that, we want to grab up high, so pretty much in line or above your belly button, right at the waist. Now, the way I'm grabbing is my thumbs are pointing down and my fingers are pointing up. My elbows are wide. So I'm holding on securely, and then very slowly I just lower myself down. As I lower down, I'm pressing that fabric to the outside of my hip bones. That's going to be the most comfortable place. Now, for those of you who have tried this or you're just starting out with this, the pressure that you feel in your feet at the beginning actually releases somewhat when you come into the inverted position. But then, of course, you get quite a lot of pressure in the inner thighs. So this is definitely one to start slowly with. Just do it for, 10 breaths to begin. And as your body accumulates to the sensations, you can do it for longer. So once you get there, as with any inversion in aerial yoga, you really get the most benefit when you're able to completely relax and surrender into the pose. So even though these poses can feel quite uncomfortable, our goal is to really let the body soften there, even within that discomfort. So you can use the breath to do it. With every exhale, just let the breath bring weight into the body as you just let the fabric completely support you, completely hold you. Good. Once you feel comfortable in your inverted butterfly pose, you can explore some different arm variations. So of course, just dangling those arms down. You can have one hand in opposite elbow crease. You can interlace the hands behind the back for a really nice shoulder opener. You can find some good twists here. You can take one hand to one leg, other hand behind your back. My favorite for this pose is to take the hands onto the thighs and then press the arms straight. And this just creates amazing traction all along the spine. If you want to get more traction, you would take the hands closer to your inner thighs. If that feels too intense, then you take the hands towards the knees. Again. And then the other thing that a lot of people struggle with in this pose is the getting out of the pose. So listen very carefully. There's a few steps that are very important in getting out of this correctly. So the first step is the hand placement. So we want to grab the fabric with imagine your thumbs are in your back pocket. I guess this is what a lot of people say. So it's that mitten palm. So your fingers are together and your thumbs apart. Your thumb is on the inside, your fingers are on the outside, and your pinky fingers are facing the sky. Your thumbs are touching your bottom. From there, you can walk your hands up just a little bit Now, rather than lifting the head up first, a lot of people try and lift like this, and you're really going to go nowhere. You're going to feel like you're completely stuck in this pose forever. So to do it correctly, we want to draw the knees down and we want to round the spine. So keep the chin tucked in, elbows will widen, and you're simply going to round up. Elbows will catch. That's the most important thing here. We want those elbows to catch around the outside of the fabric to stay completely safe. Now, in classes, what I see a lot of is people trying to draw their elbows through the fabric. So they're pulling up like this and they're trying to get those elbows through the fabric. And it looks really awkward, and it's also very unsafe. So elbows wide, elbows will just catch that fabric, and here you go. From there, to get out safely, we take one hand up at a time to reach for that fabric, other hand up. Once both of your hands are secure at the top of the silk, you can then release the shoulders. And then the best way to come out of this, rather than coming to the ground, is if you straighten out the legs and then climb through to sit on your bottom. So that fabric does constrict a lot of the blood flow in the feet. So you really want that blood flow to come back in the toes before you get grounded again. So give those feet a little wiggle. And then take those feet to the ground. A nice way to release here is if you just walk forward, elbows catch. You can just take a really nice shoulder stretch. And there we go. Thank you for watching. Check in for some of the other videos in this series. We've got a lot of 101 poses where you get to learn the basics of some of the more important inversions, and then find some other really nice flow classes that you can join. All right, see you soon.